Another world leader touches down in the Middle East. The Turkish president is visiting Saudi Arabia, then Kuwait and Qatar to try and defuse the Gulf crisis. He believes the onus is on Saudi Arabia to find a resolution.
Saudi Arabia is the biggest country among the Gulf brothers and therefore will have the biggest role in resolving the crisis in the Gulf. As I have said repeatedly, the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman, is the first name to have the means to resolve the crisis in the Gulf.
Joining in with the shuttle diplomacy, EU Foreign Policy Chief Federica Mogherini arrived in Kuwait. The EU, along with the US, France, Germany, the UK and other countries, supports Kuwait's mediation efforts. The 7-week-old crisis risks tearing apart the closely knit Arab society in the Gulf.
It could actually end up with huge numbers of people unable to access money, unable to take care of themselves, unable to live. I think there is likely to be breakdowns of families, and when that happens, the whole structure of society begins to break down.
Rights workers are trying to document who's being hit by the blockade. Human rights activists and observers have condemned the land, air and sea blockade imposed on Qatar by the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. They say that it violates basic human rights. After documenting the cases of people affected, observers will present their conclusions and recommendations to the EU Parliament.
There have been violations to the right for education, movement and naturalization, among other rights. This is a real violation to paragraph number 1 of Article 2 of the United Nations Charter and a violation to the constituent GCC law, as well as a violation to the Universal Declaration for Human Rights.
Qatari students like JABAR al-KUWARI have had to abruptly leave their studies in the UAE. He's not sure if he can find a replacement in Qatar.
I don't know if the universities will take me. I'm afraid I will be late to graduate.
Qatari and expatriate families are often afraid to talk on camera, fearing a backlash in the blockading countries. Despite weeks of shuttle diplomacy and some signs of de-escalation, it's unlikely that relations between the close neighbors will be mended soon. Osama Bin Javaid, Al Jazeera, Doha.